This has been the longest that I have been pain-free for since I can remember even having back pain in my late teens. I can now do a lot of the movements that I didn't really think I would ever be able to do again. But through my training here and the help I've had from my coach, I've been able to do these movements again and actually progressively overload to reach new PRs, which I didn't think was going to be possible for me. The other great thing about the pain-free movement I have now is that before I would worry very much about going back into these acute phases. And of course, I can still have pain now, but whilst before I used to catastrophize this pain and really worry about what this would mean physically for my back, I really feel that I understand my pain much better now, and I can easily feel much better and get moving again if I've had any pain. So I am a research scientist at Aarhus University, and I also did my PhD here at Aarhus in immunology and virology. My job involves a lot of standing up, doing experiments, often being in uncomfortable positions for a long period of time, and so having pain can make that even more uncomfortable and unpleasant. In my spare time, I like to do training, specifically weight training, CrossFit, tennis, and go running. I have had lower back pain for many years now. I can remember it as far back as when I was 17, 18. It was sciatic pain or numbness or tingling in one leg or the other leg. And about a year ago, I also had a small accident which resulted in a minor discus prolaps, which made the pain even worse. So during the acute phases of the pain, I think it affected me a lot in my day-to-day movements. I was not able to stand up for a very long period of time or to walk very far. And one of the worst things was also the pain at night when I would have specifically sciatic pain in one or both legs and was not able to sleep, which then of course also affected my day-to-day life the next day. But then when the pain got better, I still always had this chronic background pain. And this would affect me in ways that I would not want to try new movements because I was scared that they might trigger my pain, and I was not able to do the sports that I enjoyed to do again because I had the fear of the pain coming back in this acute stage. So I think there have been many great things about my collaboration with Smertefribevægelse. The one that stands out to me the most, which I think is also the very unique aspect of their training, is the educational side of things. So learning more about pain, how complex it is, and how your psychological approach can actually also impact the physical pain that you feel. The second part has also been the physical side of it. The movements and the exercises that I have learned here with my coach have been great. Before I came here, I used to think that there was movements that I just could not do, but actually I've learned that through the right approach and the right exercises, anything is possible, also pain-free. So I tried various treatments before I came here to Smertefribevægelse. I went to various doctors, various physiotherapists. I tried acupuncture, cupping, and even some electrical stimulation to help me with the nerve pain. So I remember that actually a few months before I came to Smertefribevægelse, I was really searching for some answers for my back pain. And I specifically remember seeing one doctor who told me to think about my pain as sort of having diabetes, and this is just a chronic disease that I will probably have for the rest of my life, and that I should just realize that there are some movements that I can do, but then also some movements that I just simply will not be able to do. And I remember feeling really disappointed and really upset by this explanation, because I just didn't think that it was fair that first, I'm very young, and there are just some things that I will not be able to do, and a lot of those things were specific sports and movements that I liked doing. So the explanations that I've had in the past just made me feel quite upset and didn't give me much hope that I could have a pain-free movement in the future. So I was not so skeptical about the approach as Smertefribevægelse, because once I talked to my coach, I realized that it's very science-based and very evidence-based, which I thought sounded great. What I was skeptical about is whether they could help me with my specific pain. When you have lived with pain for so long and had chronic pain, you really don't feel like anyone can really help you. And so that was the part that I was most skeptical about, and whether I could actually have pain-free movement at the end of my treatment. So I really enjoyed the first consultation I had because I really didn't feel there was any pressure to sign up to anything. Rather, it was just a very open discussion about my pain and also my expectations coming into this program, but also what they could offer me in terms of the treatments that they offer. I would definitely recommend Smertefribevægelse, especially to anyone who has a more complicated relationship with their long-term pain. I think the great thing about them is that they help you not only to tackle the physical side of pain, but also the psychological side, and how your brain can also impact your pain and how you view yourself within this pain.